Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pearce Clune. As Ryan mentioned, I look after our products for the broader region of Middle East, Africa, and Turkey. What I'm going to talk to you today about is, very briefly, how Dell design our products, how we actually make our products relevant to particular target markets. And I'll hopefully show you some really good innovations which we're taking to the market within the next number of months as we move forward. I think it's pretty clear, listening to the presentations this morning, that the whole landscape is changing very significantly. With the advent of tablets, people's needs, people's desires, and their expectations are changing on an ongoing basis. The expectation that people have for instant on, for technology to be omnipresent in their lives is growing. And I think this obviously represents both an opportunity and a challenge to any vendor in the market today to be able to make products with relevance for their consumers. How we interact with technology is changing. We heard from Microsoft earlier with their Connect, how the body form is actually interacting with technology as a platform in its own right. We, and various other gaming elements are really driving that forward. And I think as we move forward, we're going to see a lot of that technology driven down into the PC space through tablets, notebooks, and the desktop area. As a result of all of this, expectations have changed. Okay? People are being introduced to technology at a younger age. The net is becoming wider for our consumers, and what they expect from their technology has changed. Now, our response to this is absolutely fundamental about how we actually design our products to meet the expectations of a target market or of a consumer group which is evolving so rapidly in today's world. From a Dell perspective, we've actually segmented the market based on a lot of research that we've done right across the globe. And how we actually have now segmented is very broadly into two categories. We have the generalists and we have the specialists. Now, within each of these categories, we have a lot of subsegments as well, and this is how we actually then move forward with our design process. Looking at the generalists initially, here our Inspiron brand meets the needs of our generalists. These are largely families with children, certain amount of students, but generally those who consume content. Okay, so your home PC, which is very much driven around internet browsing, social networking, downloading music, storing photographs, etc. Okay? On the other hand, you have your content consumers, but also your content creators. Okay? These are what we call our specialists, and we meet the needs of our specialists with our XPS brand, which is our more premium multimedia brand, and then obviously Alienware, which is our high-end gaming brand. Let me talk to you for just a moment on Inspiron. I'm very happy today to be able to show you. This is our brand new Inspiron, one of our new range. This is our R series. Now, a couple of things that are interesting about this. Number one, obviously we actually design products around our partners such as Intel to be able to meet with the new Sandy Bridge architecture. But what's really innovative about this is actually the fact that the covers are interchangeable. Okay? I think Dell are well known for bringing innovation in terms of colors, patterns to the market. Personalization is a huge aspect for us. Okay, pretty straightforward. Obviously, what I'm going to show you now is just some of the representations from an awareness and from a creative perspective. We use this under the name of Switch, obviously because they're switchable covers, and the logo we use is "Change is easy," which is not necessarily always true in this part of the world right now. So, some of the outdoor creative. Again, retail execution here. As you can see, the lids are actually sold in individual packs. So here you have some of the display stands, which are really quite interesting for retail. And then our retail packaging here, been sold as individual lids. If anybody would like to have a closer look at these, we're on the second floor in the hospitality suite. Please come up and visit us. We have a range of over 20 different patterns and designs on these lids, so you can actually see how the whole mechanics work behind it. Moving forward, I'm going to talk to you very briefly about XPS and how we design products more in the multimedia space. As I talked about, this is really more the specialists where they consume and create content. I'm really happy again this morning to be able to bring back the XPS brand. Okay, we're recently launched our new XPS range here. Not often can a vendor stand in front of an audience with credibility and talk about best in class, not only in one category, but actually best in class in 3 categories on a notebook. And that is in terms of graphics, in terms of audio, and in terms of performance. As a multimedia machine, this pretty much has it all, okay? I'm not going to spend too much time dwelling on this right now because of time limits. But again, a couple of firsts on this. Always leadership with NVIDIA graphics. We go up to 3 gig graphics on our 17-inch version. The first notebook to have 3D TV ready. The first and only notebook to be Skype certified, which again, Skype very much part of the news these days. You know, we're looking at about 660 million users. 40% of those are using Skype for video chat. We have high definition webcams with Skype certification, the only one in the world. So a couple of selling points, and again, obviously comes with USB 3.0 and Bluetooth 2.0 as standard. Again, becomes really quite interesting, especially when you're transferring large amounts of data, such as movies, video files, etc., from one device to another. Another first and another best in class within the XPS range that, again, I have the opportunity to share with you today. This actually is a little bit of a sneak preview. This has not launched yet in this region, but I present to you our XPS Z series. This is the thinnest 15-inch notebook in the world, okay? Last year I stood on this stage, I presented to you our Adamo XPS, which was the thinnest 13-inch in the world. This year I've got the pleasure to show you the 15-inch, which is the thinnest 15-inch notebook in the world. Again, not compromising on power. Standard voltage goes up to Core i7 on the Intel slot drive, and again, all the performance that you expect from an XPS brand on a multimedia. So again, a little bit of a sneak preview there. You can actually look at that in greater detail on the second floor if you so wish. Just to finish up, there's been an awful lot of talk about the tablet space around slates, and obviously we're no different to anybody else. We're very much involved in that segment of the market. Last year I talked to you about the launch of our 5-inch Streak. This year I'm talking to you about not only the 5-inch, which we have here, and some lucky winner is going to go away with one of these in a few moments, but also then the launch, which is upcoming, of our 7-inch tablet as well, okay? Both Android devices, so we'll talk about this again in more detail in the near future, and again on the second floor in the product suite if you wish to look. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a very short video just talking again about the tablet market, about the capabilities that we have in our slates. Okay, so just to finish up, a comment on what we're talking about here about Dell leading product design and innovation. Some of the things I've showed you this morning, I hope it actually shows you the commitment that we have to leading that process. I think that process has also been well recognized. If I look at the last 4 consecutive years, Dell have won more design awards for their products than anybody else in the industry, okay? And I think the fact that we continue to grow very, very strongly with innovations such as the thinnest, the lightest, you know, the highest performance in all categories between the generalists and the specialists. I think it shows the commitment that we have to actually designing products with end users in mind, specifically for those people. So with that, I'd just like to thank you for your time. And Ryan, thank you. I think we have a Streak Pearce, to give away.
Stay true to your word. You're going to put the Streak in the hands of one lucky retailer.
Indeed.
I'm going to ask you to pick the name. Let me stir this up.
Yeah. Can we take all the Carrefour cards out?
I think there are 30 or 40 of them in here. All right, don't look.
Okay. And the lucky winner is from MBD Distribution Experts, Talal El Haj. Is Talal here?
Hello?
Talal. I can do that.
Here, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Got some nice looking products, Owen. Are you presenting for 60 seconds?
I am indeed.
All right.
So I'll be back with some new products as well, which aren't here.
We look forward to it.
Talal, congratulations. Well done. Enjoy.